Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're creating my January bullet journal setup, packed with all the cozy vibes of winter, some adorable quokkas as you can already see here, and a little bit of Han. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, or create something with me. As always, I'm starting with the cover page for this month. For this month's bullet journal setup, I wanted to draw some quokkas myself. As you can see here, I used my zebra mild liners for the outlines and some colored pencil to color them in. I really like this cute childish look. Also, I wanted to give the quokkas some winter clothes because this will be a winter setup. And yeah, I know that it doesn't make any sense because quokkas are living in Australia and there is no snow or something like that in Australia, but I just thought it would be such a cute idea to see some quokkas wearing little scarves and mittens and these kind of things, yeah. And I wanted to keep the color palette for the setup in the browns and blue tones, so I decided to give him some blue clothes because quokkas are obviously brown. So yeah, I think it really complements the rest of the decorations I will use for the setup and will make them look more like they belong in this wintry scenery. So before I dive into the next part of my setup, let me quickly explain what a bullet journal is in case you never heard of it before or are new here. So a bullet journal is basically a customizable planner where you can track your goals, create to-do lists, keep memories, or in my case, express your creativity. But you don't need to put that much effort into creating some spreads. You can also just write plain to-do list and use it like that. But for me, this creative aspect is a big thing what I love about bullet journaling, because I not only can create a planner that meets all my needs, but I can also use it to let my creativity out somewhere, and also it helps me to look at my planner because I don't want to waste my creations on a book that only sits on my desk and I will never look at it again. But it really makes me want to use this planner because when I look at my planner, I see my little decorations, the stuff that I love, in this case this picture of Han. I know it will make me happy every time I look at my planner, and yeah, it makes planning a lot more fun, I think. So yeah, that's what I love about bullet journaling, especially about creative bullet journaling like I do. But now let's get back to my setup. As you can see here, I'm working on my title for my title page, and I'm using a black fine liner and a white gel pen to make it look a little bit more interesting. And yeah, for the decorations of this page, I used some blue vellum paper and some craft paper and also some blue and brown washi tapes to give us this warm but also cold wintry feeling. And as you can see in a bit, I also used some wintry plants and snowflakes in blue and white to create a little winter wonderland for my quokka and my Han. And yeah, create a little bit of more visual interest because I thought like that it looks a little bit empty. For creating these collages in my bullet journal, I always grab my materials and lay them out on paper. I start with the foundation of the collage, so in this case the bigger aspects like the big Han picture, the big papers, the title and the little quokka. And look what looks good, so what feels right to me. When I'm happy with the composition, I start to glue the things down, and then I add washies and stickers, in this case the little snowflakes on stuff like that, and just wing it. I just put it where it feels right. I don't really think a lot about it. As you can see here with the snowflake, I try out some positions, but yeah. Look at the little tree on my book. And yeah, I don't think a lot about where to put my stuff. That's what I want to say. I work very spontaneously, I think. So not for the planning aspects. There I always sketch out beforehand where I want to put them, so where on the page should be the calendar and stuff like that. But for the decorations, I go with what feels right at the moment. So I can't really explain why I put stuff where I put it. It's just what speaks to me in the moment. So in this case of this cover page, I really spontaneously decided to draw this little square around my decorations to give it a more complete look. But till now, I'm not really sure if I really like it or if I should have left it, but I think it makes it look more complete, but yeah. So now let's move on to the calendar page. I always love having a clear overview of the month so I can write down some birthdays, events, and special activities. This month I also included this little this month section on the right where I can write down my big focus events of this month and also to-do lists and stuff like that. And yeah, I like this little setup like this because my calendar is not really big. I'm in a notebook from Notebook Therapy in the original size, so it's a little bit smaller than A5, and my calendar is not really a lot from this page, so you can imagine how small this calendar is, and there will only be the most important events and stuff like this, so only keywords. And on the right I can write down some more detailed stuff if I want to. For this month's calendar, I'm keeping things simple with a clean grid for each day of the month because I knew that I want to add a lot of decorations later. And yeah, I don't want to make the page look too overwhelming when I add the dates and events and stuff like that. So yeah, I decided to keep the things clean and simple. And yeah, to keep things cohesive, I also add this brown craft paper, blue paper, snowflakes, all the elements I already used on the page before. But for this page I decided to draw this little quokka, which will be looking at my calendar. And I give him this little cape, and yeah, I think it turned out very cute. For all of this quokka illustrations I used Pinterest pictures as references for the poses because I never saw a quokka in real life, so I don't know what they look like. And yeah, I think you are really lucky if you are one of the persons who saw a quokka in real life before. Especially if this quokka was Han. For the pictures of Han I wanted to use in this setup, I used these cute winter pics of the Stray Kids Code episode. I think we all know, if you know Stray Kids, you also know this episode, I think. And yeah, I think the vibe of these pictures is also very fitting for the whole team and also for the colors of the quokkas. I really like how my quokkas and his blonde hair color really match each other, and yeah, really connect this quokka Han thing for me. I really love that. And I also really like how this page turned out in the end because I think it's my favorite spread of the setup, and yeah, I really like how the decorations at the bottom looks on this page, and it really connects the different aspects with each other. I think, yeah, I'm happy with it, and I'm happy with using this page already because yeah, I'm as always late with the setup, and I'm really sorry because all my videos tend to come late because I'm always too shy to create these voiceovers and really procrastinate a lot. So I really hope I will get over this in this year. I really want to be more on time with my setup, so I really hope my February setup will come out before February or in the first week of February, and not like now that January is almost over and now you get the setup, because it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, of course you could take inspiration from the setup for next year, or yeah, February is still very wintry here in Germany, so you could still use it, or you can use it if you think you want winter in summer or something like that. You can always just create what you want, and I hope it gives you some inspiration. But now let's get back to the spread. On this spread I will be setting up my habit and sleep tracker, and yeah, I really love doing this little habit tracker thing because it really helps me to keep track of the small habits in my daily life. So things like, yeah, being creative, doing my skincare, read, or I think on this page I wrote no sweets and stuff like that. So yeah, it really helped me to see some small steps for a bigger goal, like being more healthy. So yeah, a habit tracker for sports or eating healthy food could help you, because then you have the small thing you can tick off each day and it gives you this small happy dopamine boost on the day, because yeah, you can tick off your little to-do list. And as you can see here, my habit tracker are these 6 small calendars on top half of the page, and yeah, every day I did something, I just can cross it off. On the bottom half of this page is my sleeping tracker, and yeah, I really struggle with a healthy sleeping schedule, so it helps me to get an overview of when I go to sleep, when I will wake up and stuff like that. I put the hours on the left side and the days on the top, and yeah, then I have this little graph at the end of the month to see if I was consistent with my sleep or if it was all over the place. Little spoiler, it was all over the place again. And the last spread for this video will be my first weekly. So yeah, besides of the monthly overview, I also like to have these weekly overviews where I can write down the tasks of the days, or also write down some precious memories to me, so things I did on this day or watched on this day and stuff, if it is close to my heart. And yeah, for this year I wanted to do things a little bit different, because last year I did 1 week, 1 page, but this year I did this double page for the first week because I wanted to try out to add some other elements in my weeklies, like in this case the little content bar on top of my calendar and a little to-do list on the side, because most of my tasks are not day specific, but more like I want to do it in this week, so I can write it down on the side and not on a specific day. And yeah, the content planner above is because I really want to be a little bit more active this year, and I think I'm doing relatively well with it, but I only post reels and I'm still working on my longer videos. But it's really a struggle, to be honest, because I'm not that good in working fast, so creating the journal spreads in a short amount of time and also editing the videos very fast, not my strength, but I think I'm getting better at it. I'm having a good workflow for editing my shorts now, and I really want to get into this workflow for my longer videos too. So yeah, if you have any ideas for longer videos or also shorts, always feel free to ask me or say what you want to see, because I will always be happy to create content that you really want to see. But of course I also want to create stuff that really inspires me and makes me happy too. But most of the time I think this stuff is not that different. But yeah, that was it for my bullet journal setup of this month. Thank you so much for watching. Now I will show you the final result. I really hope you like it, and see you next time!